why can't we do eggs right now and then I hide them? Because it's not Easter time yet.
What do we do?
If we do it now, then it's not a special thing that we do at Easter.
Ow.
Ah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we're doing chicken stock today. Moving, so we culled our meat bird chickens this last year, and we take all the pieces and parts that we know we're not going to eat, and we save them in a giant bag, and we stick them in the freezer, and we save them for our stock making day. And that just happens to be today. Not that we specifically put it on the calendar, but we have sick kids. And it's a little easier when they're tired and kind of sleeping a lot to get some jobs done, especially with Pierce. He's a sick boy, huh? Where's Laurel?
Yeah.
I think she just walked down the hallway. So I have these two big pots, and I'm filling half of our stuff into one and the other half into the other one. Fill them up with water. We do a first kind of like washing, rinse thing called blanching, where you blanch everything, which means you just fill up with water, bring it to a boil, let boil for 15 minutes, and then dump it out, and then they're ready to roast. So kind of a first step process in the chicken stock process. So I have my cleaned out pans. And we actually use these giant pots are actually our we can in them too. So it's just any old generic giant pot will do. It doesn't have to be anything special. And camera issues. Yeah, so we're novices at this. We think we got that figured out. I finished putting all the chicken carcasses in our pots. I used a giant pitcher to fill them with water. We also did some chicken feet in there. So you got those scrubbed up, put a whole bunch of water on there, and then you get them boiling. Boil it for 15 minutes. They aren't even close to starting yet. You just got them filled with water. They're getting ready to get warm. So those will get warm, start boiling, and boil for 15 minutes, and then we dump all of that water out, because this is basically like washing. Bring it to boil, let it boil, dump all that water, fill it back up with water. Some people fill it back up with water to rinse like the scuzziness off. You'll see like a scum on stuff. To just rinse that off, just fill it up to rinse it off, dump it out again. We have this giant strainer, or you can use like a fryer basket on a handle kind of thing. Some people have those like double pots where the fryer thing is inside of it. Do that, you just lift it up, rinse all of that's on there. It's all the scuzzy stuff off, and then you can roast it in your oven or in a roaster pan. We do either. So we're going to see what we do today once these are done boiling. I'm going to get some kitchen cleanup done first. We had pancakes for breakfast this morning, so we've got pancake mess to clean up. We had leftover pizza for lunch today, so we have that to clean up. So it's just a lot of dishes and cleanup work right now while it's boiling. So we'll get some of that done. check out what Derek's doing outside. He's working on the chicken coop. We are moving from a split flock. So what we did before was we had egg layers in our chicken coop that doesn't move, and then we had so egg layers.
Mommy?
Yeah, hold on, let me turn this around. Alright, so we had egg layers in the chicken coop that doesn't move, and then we had meat chicken birds in our chicken tractors. We had 2 of them split for easier to move them, so we would run them here in our side yard, in the grass here, and then in the garden, as the garden is done, so that they till it up with their feet and take care of some of the stuff there. So we are moving from a split flock to having a sustainable flock, so one flock that does meat and eggs. So we are taking apart our chicken coop that stays put, and we're moving it over to the side yard where we have a little bit more room for them to have a bigger run. We're going to do an electric fence. So that's what we're working up now. You got half of it done already.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Can you come inside with me and...
So we're back inside. You saw a little bit of what Derek's doing outside with the chicken coop. He's basically taking it apart. We built it in our garage in 2 pieces. We had like the first part the first year, and then we wanted to expand it a little bit, so he built that extra part the next year, and added it on kind of piece by piece as we had the money to get the lumber and the roofing and time to get it done. So we're getting it taken apart piece by piece, kind of making piles of what's what. So he's got like a pile of tin and a pile of different wood pieces, and we're trying to save all the screws that we can. But we just started boiling, so I took off the lids because it was condensating on the top and kind of rolling out the bottom. And I made a nice big puddle of water before I figured out that it was boiling. So I took off the lids, getting them boiling. So I set the timer for 15 minutes, so they're gonna continue to boil for another 15 minutes here, and then we're gonna drain them. And my sink's just about, I got our dishes organized. That's the first step, right? What can be dishwashed and what needs to be hand washed. So we're getting our dishes done. We have a little addition here to the outfit. Cute little sick man. Hi. How you feeling? Kind of blah, huh? He's still tired. Hi. Slept most of the day already, so probably get a little bit more napping in. Sissy's napping now. Finishing dishes. So I just emptied the dishwasher onto the counter because our dishwasher is so far away from everything in our house. Easy. Hi. You trying to peek? So I'm going to get that stuff put away while that is boiling. I'm going to go in a quick mist. And then we'll be done. Dump our chicken stock out and get that next process going for roasting. the chicken stuff and vegetables in an electric roaster pot, and the other one in our oven at 450 for 30 minutes, and then you mix it. I just use a big pair of tongs and just kind of toss everything. That way the stuff gets that nice crispy roasted kind of on the edges, and a nice layer of that in the bottom of the pan. And then usually I do for another half hour, so an hour roasted total. And now I'm transferring it from our roaster pot to our transferring from our roaster pot to big giant pot with a fry basket in it.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going out to watch Daddy. Yeah, me too. He's doing good. He's doing good. He's just.
On the other side of this big pot here is another one on the stove. And that's the timer for it. So that one boiled. This one here is have the venison bones in it instead of chicken. So we've got, I think we use like leg bones. We don't use nothing with like the spinal column. Our area is technically in the CWD, chronic wasting disease area, or the call it zombie deer area. So we just parents never encountered deer acting like that or anything, but we like to take extra precautions, and we don't usually deal with anything that has the spine in it. It's almost full. We're just about there, so more of these bits in there. Top. And get it shimmied around. Let it sink in a little bit more. We're getting really close. Okay, so I turned off the venison bones. I did the same idea. So the first step of this is blanching, which is kind of like washing the bones. Anything that's yuck on the surface is getting boiled out. Then rinse it, and then roast it. I'll just wash this pan out and use this one. I'm going to go ahead and just dump this in here. There's a little bit of like water left in the bottom here that's come out of the meat already. I did add about a quart of water to each one. Kind of helps it from sticking, and it really gets the nice like steam on the top vegetables. So just dump that whole thing in there. And then this is ready to go on our roaster. We get it filled with water. I usually like to add bay leaves to give it that extra little bit of nutrition. And so that's ready to go on our, we have like a camping stove top outside. We put it on, we'll show you guys.